gifts have come early when it comes to us fantasy managers. 5 transfers being given to all of us, but another matter is, how do we all use them? Or should we say, how do we accidentally press buttons we are not meant to? Welcome back to yet another edition of the FPL Addicts podcast, this time being Gameweek 17. Now, I've got 2 people who, they will bring the energy, they will bring the thrust and the guts of conversation. They're both driving the car. I'm just one of the passengers behind the back seat, and he's raring to go. Monkey C, Monkey Do. To you first, you Rev. How are you? This is sick. We're heads and shoulders, knees and toes time.
Mate, I'm really good, and I'm so sorry for my tagline, Marcello. I apologize in advance, but this is what fantasy mini leagues are all about, you know, getting into mini leagues with your mates and absolutely ripping the mick out of each other when things go wrong. And for those of you who don't know, things have gone quite wrong for Marcello this week. And I'm a proud member of the didn't accidentally make transfers gang this week. So I'm loving it. It's a great start of our game week. However, in true FPL Rev fashion, I know that this is going to go horribly wrong. I know that certain transfers that Marcello might have made are going to absolutely bang this week. So we'll see how it still goes wrong for me, I guess.
Marcello, good evening to you.
It's better to be early than late in FPL.
You've got to give it to him. You got to put a positive spin on it. Yeah, fair play. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Preach.
Marcello,
can you imagine?
Another edition. Before we go through our first time, if you don't mind us, because Rev has encompassed this extremely well. Take us through this thought process in terms of what was happening and why was it on this occasion that it just occurred in comparison to all the other times you've just roughly tinkered, but you've shut up shop.
I don't know. I was a bit sleepy in bed, checking the price rises, and Semenyo was rising, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to sell Saka now. And then I go onto the page and I'm like, okay, Semenyo to Saka, maybe I should just do it. But actually, let me just check. Like, you know, maybe I can actually do next week. I'll bring in, I'll swap Szoboszlai for Bruno next week because he's got a hard fixture this week. And I was like, wait a minute, next week I'm going to want to sell Thiago as well because he's got Wolves this week. And then, you know, I can move to Bowen. Can I afford Bowen? So I just wanted to see if I could afford it. And then it was like 0.3 in the bank. And then I took a screenshot with my phone. And then my finger is like there by the confirm. And then I thought I had to hold down confirm. But apparently it just needs a little touch. And I don't even know why my finger was hovering over confirm. And it was just like... And then I went, and then like I was in bed, and my partner Maggie was like, she could tell like I fucked up. She was like, "Oh no, what have you done?" I was like, "I just accidentally made the transfers," and I did fat fingers. It was literally my finger slipped.
No.
And then I was like, "Oh no, I'm done." And I was like, "Okay," I didn't even know like what happened. Like, had I done a hit? I was like, "No, I've got 5 transfers, so it's not a hit." And then I was like, Bowen is not too bad. Thiago out. He might be injured. Szoboszlai had a doubt. And can you imagine if I was like practicing some craziness, like, I don't know, like Kroopy or like something that wouldn't have even made sense. Like, and I took a screenshot like to share and ask Twitter, I could afford this. Do you think it's a good idea? You know, I always share my thoughts on Twitter. So that's why I took a screenshot of it. And then, no, I've never done that before. So use FPL team to plan your transfers, and don't ever do it on the actual app until you're actually ready to make a transfer.
He's had a mare. He's had an actual mare.
So if Thiago scores a hat trick, please.
Gosh, like selling Thiago before Wolves
do you know what
is
I mean?
hench. Like, if Thiago blanks now, dude, or like imagine if Thiago gets a red card or something.
Or if he doesn't play, that would be fantastic on a bench boost. Because most people, you can keep Thiago if you're not bench boosting. Because I'm bench boosting, I kind of like had doubts anyway, and I knew that there was a presser yesterday, and there was no more information to come on him.
Right.
I'd still like to like wait tomorrow. Like tomorrow, they might say, "Oh, you know, Thiago's been spotted, or he's not on the coach, or
He's not travelled." Yeah.
Yeah, we might get some info, but like against Wolves, that's the reason you want him, and then he's so highly owned as well. So like Rev was in a chat yesterday, like, can you use any more free transfers to solve it? I was like, yeah, I can bring Thiago back in. And all that value in him as well. Like there was so much.
Man, that hurts so much.
So Thiago, have a nice rest today, mate. We don't need you to play tomorrow. It's only Wolves. I mean, who else do they even have up front? What, like Sade, Dango's? He's gonna have to play. He's gonna definitely play.
Yeah, he has to.
I think he's gonna play. I think they just rested him. Who's been spotted in Lidl? Was that Thiago? But either way, like it's not bad. It's not too bad. Not the end of the world. Well, it goes to show that we put too much thought and emotions into FPL. It's just silly little game with digits on the screen. So
yeah, I mean, you can see here on the screen is our league table, and you can tell that I do have quite a fair bit of work to do to try and catch you. But it's a mistake like this that could really open up the league table for us, really. It's going to be the battle of the bench boost this week versus my triple captain as well. So we'll see what happens.
Triple captain Thiago.
get some actual gains on you, yeah.
Would you rather triple captain Thiago or sell him?
Wow. Only on the FPL Addicts podcast. Only here. Fair enough. Yeah, do not give Marcelo the nuke button.
Whoops.
Yeah, definitely don't. Yeah, we don't want any accidents for sure.
Well, after our beloved wait to the mini league, because as much as of a downpour we're saying to Marcelo, he is having such a dream type of season. We always start from the bottom, work our way to the top. That's where the fireworks occurs. So 82, such a high scoring week. Yet out of the 4 scores, it was the equal lowest alongside Reedy. Vardy down back, got the job done. Wilson, Foden, Bukayo Saka captain work, but yeah, Haaland still outscored him. Semenyo with a goal, Mukiele on the bench. And we also had Newcastle do putrid. Ben went off and Voltamard scored an own goal in the Wear Time derby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brutal to have Voltamard. Really is. But still, great score despite that, mate.
Yeah. No, I think it was a good time to play the wild card. But I know you do have a triple captain coming up this weekend, but did you use a chip in the game week having gone past? No, you didn't. Yeah, you still scored 2 more points. Take it away, Reverend.
Yeah, I think the only disappointment here for me is as an Everton fan, seeing Dewsbury Hall limp off. I know that we and FPL managers all around the world, especially this game week, if you haven't made your transfers early, that is, might be looking next week to Everton for some Everton assets. We do have a really good fixture swing, and I'm sure Marcelo might highlight that a little bit later. What I want to say to people is I would certainly now be concentrating maybe on defensive Everton assets, if at all, because the efficacy of the Everton attack is severely hampered at the moment. No Dewsbury Hall, and also no Ndiaye as well, because he's off at AFCON as well. So a little bit gutted from an Everton fan perspective. However, look at that midfield, guys. Whoa. I'm still really into it. And yeah, Haaland, good captain there. I don't know why people have been going against Haaland recently, but there we go. It's really allowed me to get right back into this mini league, and yeah, pretty solid. Looking forward to the next game week.
Donnarumma as well, big 7 points.
Oh yeah,
those who still have Raya.
Yeah, about time. About time we got some good points from our
So
Man
for
City.
Everton, so who are you missing now? You're missing Dewsbury Hall.
Yep.
Grealish should be back, and Dies off to AFCON.
I think just Dewsbury Hall and Dai
So who's
are
going to score the
enough.
goals for Everton now?
Exactly. Like
honestly,
we've got Grealish who can really set us up, but we've got Tieno Barry who's he did have a decent game last time out, but that's just one game in like 15 or 16 appearances now where he's actually hit the back of the net. Like he only hit the target for the first time I think last week, which is shocking, for a Premier League striker. I heard a rumor, guys. I heard a rumor, not a Donna rumor, but a proper rumor that Lukaku might be set for some kind of Everton return. But that might just be pure hopium. Like if we can get like a striker who can just simply finish, like we've got maybe one of the best attacking midfields in the league behind them, who are just like so good at setting up chances. So I'd be into that. But either way, I think we need to go out in January and get a striker. Until then, I'm avoiding the Everton attack.
Because surely against Arsenal, you just park the bus, right? So, Charlie, do you think Arsenal are more or less likely to score with these, Dewsbury Hall and Diet out? Does it make it easier or harder for people?
Yeah, I think I'd like to hope it's easier because I'd say those names mentioned are probably been Everton's more important players so far this season. But I always never like going to Everton. I just feel that we not only underperform, but Everton actually give us a really good run for their money, and they always seem up for these occasions. Onto your team very quickly, Rev, if you don't mind squeezing in the question.
Of course.
Croupy last on the bench. I know you wouldn't be super disappointed. Did you expect him to A, start and B, get a goal at Old Trafford, considering Bournemouth have done well there in previous seasons?
Didn't expect him to start, which I'm pretty certain he didn't yet. 12 minutes played. And so he just came off the bench and sniped one. He's basically there because he's cheap and he's bench fodder that might come and get me a nice return. He's one of those players that can be in and out of form or in and out of start, and he's one of those players where you have to look ahead and look towards the news and see. Is Croupy Jr. going to start, or is it going to be someone like Evan Nielsen, or what's the rotation plan going to be for Bournemouth? So, still happy with him going forward. Might obviously because he's got his goal off the bench this week, it might put him in better favour with the manager. He also has a decent fixture this week, so I might be more tempted to start him going forward this week, but. We'll see what happens after we look at Cello's team.
Well, he puts it out, and rightly so. Such a deserving start to the campaign. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, this was all on Saturday and Sunday, so I had no one on Monday for Man U Bournemouth. So 92 points on Sunday night. I think I was like at one point when Saka had his assist given and Arsenal still had a clean sheet. I think I was like 14k in the world and like a Gameweek rank of like 10k, but ended up at 56k overall with this score. The Arsenal clean sheet wipe was a bit annoying, but I did celebrate it, so it goes to show like my preference is like Crystal Palace, then FPL comes above, and then my hatred for Arsenal is at the top, because why would I celebrate that goal otherwise?
Yeah. Seems about right.
It was an expensive goal for my team to concede. But Vandenberg, a bit annoying. But everyone else did all right. Ekitike, Wilson, Foden, Haaland, Saka. Yeah, those guys are on fire. So, shame that I benched Vardiol instead of Anderson as well. Probably should have just, backed against Palace. But good week. Amazing. On the wild card, so it sets me up nicely for the bench boost, even though I've accidentally done 3 transfers this week.
Yeah. How much is Hincape, by the way?
He's quite a lot, actually. He's like, I have to check it.
5.2, is he?
5.5 now.
Ooh.
So he's not cheap by any means. I just wanted it for the clean sheet against Wolves, which obviously didn't come. And then I'd be thinking about getting rid of them, but again, with Dewsbury Hall out and Dye out, can keep him another week. But yeah, I got him for 5.4, and now he's 5.5. But I'm not really looking to keep him long term, I don't think. But Gabriel should be back soon, so I don't know. Would you go for Gabriel? Arsenal's fixtures don't look amazing.
I mean, he's pushing for a return come Gameweek 19. Probably best to see a wait and see if
when he comes back, he goes straight into some hard games, I think.
It's a tough run for Arsenal right now. I think I'd be struggling to bring them in again, at least before game week 22, which seems rough. Like, if you've already got them, you've got them, and you're fine. They should tick over just fine. But if you don't have them, you've already gambled against them at this point. Yeah. Why bring them in when things get harder? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I feel like at this point, if you're not on the Arsenal bandwagon, which I'm sure maybe everyone who's at least an engaged FPL manager has some kind of Arsenal coverage. But if you've not done that, now is not the time. Everton away is a tough enough fixture. And that's not just me being biased.
No, it is.
Villa are a good side now. They're a force to be reckoned with. They play them soon. Bournemouth away is a tough fixture. Liverpool is a tough fixture as well. If Liverpool continue to rediscover their form, it's just not the moment.
Yeah, it'll be a good test for them.
What is the proper assessment with the fixtures ahead for all the different sides, Marcelo? Because I know you're always someone on the guru. You love your splashy colours on a spreadsheet. We know Arsenal's maybe on the decline when it comes to the FDR, but who's on the upturn?
Yeah, so look, we got the spreadsheet here, I think you can see. And then you've got, at the bottom, you've got Chelsea and Arsenal with only 17 over the next 5. So those are some really hard games for them. So if you've got any Chelsea still, if you've got any Arsenal, you're going to want to move them to these teams kind of at the top. And, Man U, Newcastle, West Ham, Brentford, Everton, Man City, even Fulham, maybe Forest. Not had anyone talk about Forest players since their bad start of the season. They've got some lovely green fixtures here. Liverpool as well, with Wolves coming up soon. You don't want to ignore Spurs away, Wolves, Leeds, and Fulham for Liverpool is such a tasty 4-game run, isn't it? So yeah, I think what I do is I look at these and I think how many players from each of these teams do I have, and how many players do I have here? And if you've got more at the top than the bottom, then you should have a good game week. And the ones at the bottom, you probably want to look to sell. Okay, Arsenal are a quality team, and they might win some of these games, but they're not going to be it's not predictable to be ramping against all of these teams. So, yeah, what do you think about? Well, let's start at the top. Man U.
I think I was making this point to Chaza earlier in that the teams that have some great fixtures coming up also have, on the whole, some really tough fixtures this week. Yeah, so, it would make a lot of sense to go and get someone like Jarrod Bowen, or maybe even some kind of I love the idea, by the way, going forward from game week 18, especially of going for double Newcastle defense.
Yeah,
I love that as a concept and as an idea, because they play teams like I think it's Burnley and then Leeds as well. Even though Leeds have been scoring some goals recently, it's still Newcastle at home.
Newcastle go to the top at 19, and then they have Wolves after that.
There you go. So it looks like one of those where I feel like the defense is going to be a little bit too good to ignore. But teams like West Ham, even though they have great fixtures over the next 5 or 6, they still play Man City this week, don't they?
Exactly.
So it's a bit of a tough one. Imagine bringing in someone like Jarrod Bowen this week. It'd be really... Who would...
Their fingers slip. But he's rising in price tonight, apparently. So other
Is he?
people must-
As
yeah.
if you've got a price. Like, you know what? You walk on water. You do. Bloody hell. You just
People must be looking ahead to these tasty fixtures.
You are the
coming up
definition
because-
of task failed successfully. Like,
Oh, no.
he's actually
But yeah,
walking on water.
Some
Wow.
really easy fixtures. Like even like here, you've got like Manual 13. Or Newcastle and West Ham to go down to 12. That just shows how many good fixtures they have in that run.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I think for me, it's all eyes on Liverpool this week. If Liverpool win again, and then we've got to look at Liverpool again. Surely we've got.
And even then, like you got Wolves, Leeds, and then Burnley over here as well, and Fulham. Like
Wolves, Leeds, Fulham, Burnley.
While Arsenal have that hard fixture run, and you're going to tell me Arsenal going to still be top of the league here? They'll be very well. They'll do very well to still be top. Arsenal by the end of this 5 weeks, I think.
For sure.
But yeah, maybe we can like say some players from these teams. So name one person we all want from Newcastle. Go on, Chaza.
Bruno Guimaraes.
I would say, well, all the defenders are injured, aren't they? What about Lewis Miley as a bench cover? He might be getting some games. Is Rev gone? Okay, what about West Ham? I'll go Bowen since I brought him in. Oh, Rev
I think it's just rubbish to be fair with you.
You wouldn't bring any more West Ham, just Bowen.
Yeah, I'd say that. That's it. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say Dan Burn, but I've just remembered he's injured. It says here he's injured until 18th of January. So we've got. How do you even say his name? Chow.
Oh yeah, Chow.
Like the F1.
Anyone else from West Ham you'd go for?
Let's go to Everton because West Ham are just rubbish.
Okay, cool. Everton.
I mean, it's not like they're completely devoid of options. It's just for me, it really is Bowen or no one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if you wanted a really cheeky punt, that Mateus Fernandez, he does look good.
I've been heard about it.
Yeah, he does. He looks all right, I think. He's not an awful option. Let me just look here. So 1, 2.
While he's looking at Everton,
he's blanked twice in the last 7 fixtures.
Mateus Fernandez.
Yeah. So there you go.
Great shout.
Little stat there for you.
Especially with Dewsbury Hall out, and I know people are looking to move him on. How much is Fernandez?
He's 5.5 mil.
There you go.
And he gets some defensive contributions as well. So, and he pipes up with the odd goal and assist. But
he does something this week.
He's going to be on people's radars anyway. But I just wanted to point him out. I know. Like if you were really pushing me to say another West Ham asset, it'd be him.
Interesting. Everton, would you go for Keane or is Branthwaite coming back?
That's a good question. I think with Branthwaite, it's just thing is like every time he's ready again, he gets injured again, which is kind of horrible.
Would he just kick Keane out of the team? Keane's been brilliant.
From an FPL perspective, Keane's been brilliant, yeah. But when it comes to like a build-up play kind of perspective or just making the odd error here and there, it's not been great as a, from a footballing perspective, I guess. I think if I was going to go for an Everton defender or any Everton players at the moment for this run in particular, I'd be looking at Jordan Pickford.
Yeah.
Because he gets save points anyway, and I'm thinking about Jordan Pickford myself from game week 18 moving forward, and also the big Tarkowski. He's just super solid and he's a DEFCON monster. So Yeah,
I think I'll go Hincapi to Tarkovsky maybe next week if I need to.
yeah, I
And
think so.
then Man United, Chaza.
Fernandez, we said him before.
Yeah, anyone else?
Well, the other's gone
Ahmad's
out.
gone and Buemo's gone. Cunha?
Just need to see more.
Need to see more. I agree. I think last season he was great, but yeah, a bit more from him. And then a defender, would you go Dallo? Would you go?
Just
No.
no for that team. Complete
Even
joke.
during this run, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, any clean sheets there for
Can
you?
you trust him enough?
No, not really.
It's kind of hard because like we go from thinking like Man United are a meme side to thinking, oh, they're actually back like every other week. I think I'm not sure what we're going to get from them, but if there was ever a time for them to prove themselves, it was this. It's this fixture run, isn't it? So I think, you know, I'm not going to say Bruno Fernandes is essential
Really?
for this run of fixtures, but he's about as close as you can get to it in FPL, I would say.
What a free kick he scored. I mean, I didn't own him for that. The one game week I didn't own him. And he scored that amazing free kick.
Yeah, I think he's about as close to essential you can get without saying the E word out loud, if you know what I mean.
Etiquette for Liverpool. Etiquette.
Ekitike.
Is he the essential word?
It's a rough one, isn't it? Because he doesn't really seem to have any competition now.
Yeah.
Because
if you take out Arsenal here, those are like the 4 best games all at home as well. Fucking hell.
it's going to be a pretty insane one. Like the thing is, though, I'm going to wait until next week before I start experimenting with my transfers, just in case I accidentally hit confirm.
Yeah.
You know?
Defenders, Virgil and Kanate, would you double up? Would you go any Liverpool midfielders? Isak? Are you getting Isak again? I know you love your Isak punts.
Well, I mean, definitely not Isak. I think it's going to be Ekitike if it's any attacker. I think for me, I would avoid Kanate because the rumour mill is swell, and again, that Liverpool are just absolutely fed up with him, and it's going to be January soon, and you know, the transfer market will play its role. And so yeah, just like everyone in general, like, you know, whilst we're trying to pick players for our FPL teams, you know, there are certain players who are subject to transfer speculation, and so just bear that in mind at the moment. Like, for example, Kanate might be under fire, which means also Mark Way might be of interest again to Liverpool. And, you know, if Liverpool don't leave it so late like they did at the beginning of the year, then they might give Crystal Palace time to replace him, which was the whole issue.
Here's a strat that might get talked about. So if Gahey comes in, and I might have 4 Liverpools by that time if he goes.
Yeah, it's
over.
definitely an option, isn't it? Like,
so
100%.
what run would that be? Is that the 22 game week? When does the transfer window? It'll probably be a bit later, won't it? 22. Then Liverpool's fixtures drop off a cliff. They got Newcastle, Man City, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Forest after that. So we're gonna get on Liverpool and then get off them by 22, I think. Definitely by that Man City, Bournemouth, Chelsea. Well, yeah. What weeks are those? So 22 is 17th of Jan. So 6th of Jan is 21. I think Gahey would just miss the nice fixtures. He'd probably come in here. Oh, we could have Burnley and Leeds. No, this one here, yeah, Arsenal, Burnley. He'll probably just miss it if he comes over mid-Jan or end of Jan. Is 24. Who will be on 24? We'll have Chelsea. So by then you'll want to be on Chelsea, I think. Bournemouth, Brighton, Man U, Palace, Chelsea. Are they signing anyone new? Arsenal? Any rumours there?
I haven't heard any.
No, just Semenyo. Where will Semenyo go? Do you think he's going anywhere? Man City, maybe? Or Arsenal? Chelsea, look at that Chelsea run. Oh my God. Pivot all your Liverpool players into Chelsea on 24. Whew.
That's valid. Yeah.
Oof. Palmer's back now as well. It's going to be a very interesting few game weeks, I think.
It will be. No, that was a great opportunity to take stock, especially for what teams to really go for, especially if your name's Fernandez. It might be double for relevance at the minute. Now, a bit of relevance elsewhere. I don't know what's happened to this league, but it's been a proper snakes and ladders week in the public league. There's a lot of people who've taken the ladders, and a lot of people have just downgraded themselves as snakes outside of the top 10. That's just phenomenal. With a couple of scores in the 90s, the majority of them being in the 80s, and it's Kieran Scully who now leads with a 15-point lead. It was once James Gadsden, but now he's been plummeted back to fourth. Rev, I'd like to hope that Marcello's fixtures complemented your thinking, but you were talking about, for example, what transfers may be the best to go with, because we've got 5 transfers as a gift. One part is, do we use all of them up? Another part is, where do we go with them exactly?
Yeah, exactly. Have we got the stats up for most transferred in? So yeah, top transfers in this week is we go Harry Wilson, Ekitike, Foden, Fernandes, and Rodgers. Rodgers is an interesting one. It really is, because I look at those next 3 fixtures and I just think I wouldn't be touching Aston Villa with a barge pole. As good as they are, it just doesn't make sense from an FPL perspective. I think I'll look at a player like Phil Foden and I think, I could actually get behind that idea. You know, they play West Ham this week, so I understand that. Bruno Fernandes, come game week 19 in particular, is going to have a game, just a lovely run right there. I think my stance this week on transfers is hold if you can, and try and not make any transfers if you can, because next week the fixture swings just get much better, and we'll have some more information to be able to deal with what we can when we can. I know it's really boring, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you're saying to burn the transfers if we've got 5?
Not burn the trans. If you've got 5, like, you can make a total luxury move just for one transfer. You know, so for example, if you wanted to make a really luxurious move, and we look at these fixtures here, we can look at some kind of Brentford player who plays against Wolves, for example. We could target them, or you could go for a Bournemouth player and maybe target Burnley, just even for 1 week, and do it that way round.
Tasty looking set of fixtures there. Right.
They are. Check these out.
Yeah, check these out indeed. What? Well, Rev, you've done brilliant. You've just gone one segue to another. So I will just do the usual question. What are we looking forward to for most? Geez, tough one here. I reckon let's go Aston Villa Man United. Yeah, because this is a big game for Villa. They can take it up to the top sides at home. Can you imagine if they win again? I would have to take them quite seriously. Yeah. What are you saying? Both of them.
Again, the Aston Villa game is great. And even if Aston Villa smash them 3-0, which, you know, I'm not sure they will, but we'll see. Like, Aston Villa's fixtures still aren't like the move, so I don't particularly have my eye on that. I think one of the things we might need to start paying attention to is, and I hate to say this, is maybe Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Like the guy is scoring goals, and that's I'm a little bit hesitant to even say it, because I could just be getting laughed at in a few weeks' time because of just for the sheer fact that I've said it. But Leeds seem to be a decent attacking team. It feels a little bit like earlier in the season when we started raising our eyebrows and being like, yo, are Sunderland actually good? Like, but we didn't want to say it, you know? But now we're maybe doing the same thing with Leeds, especially from an attacking perspective, and going like, are Leeds actually like, do they know how to attack in the Premier League at least? And so that's and I'm sorry to say it, Marcelo, like it's not just because they're against your beloved Crystal Palace, but you know, I think I will have my eye on Leeds this week because they do have a few good enablers.
Definitely.
Is there a game that stands out for you, Marcello?
Gosh, I don't even know who's in my team anymore.
That feeling when you accidentally make transfers.
I guess, but everyone's got them. Who's my differentials? Weaver against Brighton. Well, I've got to be West Ham. Bowen against Man City. I need Bowen to score, and I need Edgar to score against Spurs. So hopefully Spurs are not as bad as at home as they has been all season. So I have 4 players in Man City, West Ham. So I'll go with that. And please, a clean sheet for Brentford against Wolves, because otherwise I've wasted a bench boost.
Yeah. Marcello, because this is relevant to both of our sides, and one thing we have noticed, no one's mentioned it yet, it's probably the first time ever there been 2 Saturday night 8 o'clock games. But this is because we both got a League Cup quarterfinal match on the Tuesday as a result of Palace's fixture scheduling. Is that correct?
Yeah, so Palace just played on Thursday, which was yesterday, and we're playing again tomorrow. So
I can't believe that. 48 hours.
What a turnaround is insane.
We didn't start any starters because we were doing really badly. We had to bring most of them on. So Gahey came on, Mateta came on, and now they're playing again tomorrow. So did you see Glasner actually said this is going to be the starting 11 tomorrow? So this is what I mean. This is why I love Glasner and I hate Arteta. You've got Arteta playing mind games. Who he's going to start? Oh, let's not show any training photos of anyone. And then Glasner's just yeah, we're going to play these guys. They're going to play. Deal with it. I just love him so much. So if you need a defender spot, Nathaniel Klein is going to start according to Glasner. He's at 3.8, 3.9.
Wow.
So you could think about him for Leeds, but like you said, if you want to take on the mighty DCL.
One game on Sunday too. One game.
Yeah, it's great. And then we play Arsenal on Tuesday. So what team are we going to play against Arsenal? It's a bit mad. And can you see my screen? If you want to share this one, this is from Lego Mane as well. So this is day by day and all the fixtures, including the cups and stuff. So if you look at Arsenal, they're here. They've got Everton, and then in 3 days they play Palace. Palace is here. You've got the cup. 1 day's rest before they play Leeds, and then another 2 days rest before they play Arsenal. Is just insane for Palace. And then if you just look at the game week, so at the top, 16 to 17, you got a whole week for that game week. But this 18, 19, 20, 21 game weeks, they're going to come so thick and fast that you need to start thinking about it now, because you're not going to have much time to plan before the next deadline. It's 4 days between each deadline? 20 to 21 is 3 days. So we've got 2 midweek deadlines. The amount of FPL here, the amount of points you're going to climb, and people are going to be busy over Christmas. They might not check their team. They might be too drunk at Christmas or had too many mince pies and stuff. So try and make a general
or make
plan.
some accidental transfers,
or make some accidental transfers. And if you can keep on top of your team and try and keep optimal, then try and think about it now while you've still got a day, and then up to 18 you'll have more time, because 18, 19, 20, 21 it's going to be intense, guys. It's going to be very intense. And one thing I noticed, I do my team help sheets. It seems like a lot of the what's it called, the template at the minute are really good for like 17, 18, 19. The next 3 weeks, everyone's got like similar players, but then 20, there's a big drop. So this is like a little secret cheat code I've seen. So if you maybe want to look at your team and think, my team looks really bad for 20, don't be using any luxury transfers now. Save it for 20, because people are not going to be prepared for this swing in 20. You know, like to Chelsea we were looking at earlier, Liverpool drop, whatever the fixtures are. Look out the 20 game week, because it might be low. So yeah.
Strong.
Yeah, that is strong. Well, I don't know how Glasner's. He's good at memorising the entire fixture list. I'll give him that. If you didn't see that, Sky Sports.
Yeah, he's organised, isn't he? He's very organised.
Yeah. Oh, wowzers.
Not as organised as Marcello, though. Thank you for that, mate. Genuinely super.
Yeah, keep
super
an eye out for the swings in 20, and don't waste luxury transfers, because you're going to need them.
Yeah.
So to complement that congested fixture list, not only we've got 5 free transfers now to hopefully help us, but for those that still have chips left, we've got to find a way to use our chips, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. We do. And I think we've got a double whammy for everyone who's watching today. We're going to see 2 different uses of 2 different chips. I'm sure. Chaza, have you already spaffed all your chips, mate?
Oh, good question. No, I've still got the bench boost left, but will I play it this week just to oblige and conform to the entire group? I don't know yet, but I've got 2 red flags.
You've got to use it soon, though.
I do, yes. Come Tuesday, 30th of December, Gameweek 19. So
okay,
usually I'm winning it. But Rev, it looks like you're ready and roaring.
Yes, sir.
Are you keen for your team reveal?
Yeah, so this is my team, folks. As we see, Donnarumma in goal, playing against West Ham. Double Arsenal defence against Everton. As I said before, Arsenal's attacking threat might be slightly nullified against Everton, who will probably play a low block against them. However, Everton's attacking threat is immensely nullified without Dewsbury Hall and Ndiaye, so I've gone for the double Arsenal defence. Hopefully, I say hopefully, I don't really care, to be honest, but if Liverpool do keep a clean sheet against Tottenham, then I've already got Virgil van Dijk, and Van Dijk as well, as we can see with these fixtures coming up. Wolves, Leeds and Fulham in the next 3, so already having him there is great. Maybe he can get me something against Tottenham. We've got the very template midfield here. Foden, Saka, Fernandes, and Anderson. Obviously dropping Dewsbury Hall down to the bench because of his long-term injury right now. He does have an unknown return date, and it is a hamstring injury, which does tend to be about 6 weeks. So we won't see him for a while. And I might keep him on the bench until we make our transfers next week for those big fixture swings. The one thing I'm not sure about is obviously Thiago being flagged here, but as Marcelo said before, he's probably going to play. I do have a little bit of a benching dilemma. Am I going to play Chow? Am I going to play Anderson? Am I going to play Krupi Jr.? Now, obviously, Krupi Jr. got his goal after coming on the bench. Is that enough to earn him a start? I don't know, but I kind of like the idea of chancing him getting a start because he plays Burnley at home, as opposed to relying on Newcastle or Fulham for defensive points contributions. So that's my team. And obviously the big standout part of this team is the triple captaincy on Erling Haaland against West Ham United at home. This is my time to prove that it, was worth wildcarding when all of you hit your triple captains and, were massively rewarded. This is my time to see if that's paid off and if I can, extend my advantage over Chaza and Reedy in the league, and if I can catch Marcelo for sure. So it'll be a big one.
Yeah, very nice. Have you considered captaining someone from another team in case in case the game gets called off unexpectedly? I
also follow FPL Harry, and I love FPL Harry, and and I love his content and stuff like that. But when I was watching his video earlier this week, when he said, I'm going to vice captain someone else in case the game gets called off, I'm like, that is overthinking FC.
Really?
Yeah, but maybe that's why he does so well, like
getting very windy.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, if that game randomly gets postponed, which it won't, I think it's much more like, my question is, what's more likely? The game getting called off or Haaland pulling up in the warm-up?
Yeah.
And then Foden has to play number 9.
That's
like it's happened before, and I just think, like, both are very low chances, extremely low, but one is 100 times less likely than the next very unlikely.
No, I'm just glad you considered it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's a good reply.
I have thought about it, and I just think, I love FPL Harry. I watch his content, but I just think, come on, mate, do yourself a favor, get some more sleep and stop overthinking. But much respect to the guy. That's why he does so well, because he does think of every eventuality. And
I've seen a lot of people bench Virgil for like Anderson even. Would you consider benching Virgil this week or not at all?
I just think Virgil's got more of an aerial threat.
Yeah.
I think Tottenham are vulnerable on set pieces? I think
vulnerable in general, I think. But
yeah. Well, exactly. So yeah, I just think
Groupie
it's a high
is a bit of a
it's a risk. Yeah, I might.
But yeah, Fulham and Newcastle both aren't the most,
at least not this week anyway.
Great defensively. Yeah. Fulham got half. Newcastle got half the team out. Forest are definitely a decent team.
Yeah.
Croupie's in form, so yeah, I quite like it. I could have done Croupie instead of Bowen this week, and then I would have a nice structure. So Croupie was one I was considering getting in last night as well.
Yeah, Croupie's that one player that I just don't mind benching.
Exactly, yeah.
So
but this week you play him. If you're not going to play him this week, you're never going to play him.
Precisely, yeah.
Right, colourful is always more importantly, because we love our aesthetic aspect onto our team. So thank you as always. Before Marcello's team, we need to do a bit of a community input here, to be honest, and just a stock check, because we haven't acknowledged our crowd, people who decided to turn up on this Friday night instead of going for a date night to the cinemas or have Friendsmas wherever their local rights are. So, Banjo, thank you for tuning in. The star of the show, as always. Yes, it is pretty much an Xmas party. These two haven't waltzed in with jumpers, but they've got the knowledge. I've just got 4 out of 10 clothing these days. Marcello looks like a phone jacker. I mean, yeah, he could be pretty good at that. Says, I don't know how many times I mentioned our clean sheet record against Burnley.
You were right.
I know, unbelievable. That was smashing. This podcast is amazing. Thank you, Miriam. Banjo says, if you have 5 transfers, you ain't playing it right. So he's pretty much saying that people should really just use them all. Is that right?
Ooh. I think it's okay to use a couple, but you definitely need some in reserve for, especially for these upcoming fixture swings, like Marcelo said earlier.
Yeah,
for sure.
21, I'm telling you.
21, it's going to get hot and heavy. It's going to get really rough. Some people like it like that, but
not me.
Shall I be gentle with you?
Oh, I'm saying look there. It's time to move to the next question. We've seen that plenty of times before. Murray Yoda midday 8597. Thanks for tuning in as always. What do you think about Eze to Tavernier on a free transfer? Because I've done Doku and Mbumo to Foden and Wilson today. Rail to Ekatike for a hit or no? I'm leaving
No,
this.
stop making transfers.
No, stop, look, listen, think. One of those ones. So
Yeah,
there's
like
our
don't get rid of Eze this week. Like he might be okay against Everton.
If
You
you
know.
had 5 free transfers, I'd say yes, that's a good transfer. But no. Not
Anyway, Slippity Doodah, we're on to his team now. No pun intended there, considering how he used his transfers. But, you know, we see Mikey
Slippity Doodah. Wow, that's
with the
brutal.
TC Cobain, and Marcello's still got the boost nonetheless. All yours.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Ask me some
We're
questions.
5 at the back. That's so typical of you.
Of course.
Well,
that
he's
is
got the bench
most
boost
optimal
this
team.
week, so I think.
I mean, half of that bench I didn't even want in my team this week. So
you've. I think you're stat padding this a little
what?
bit.
Who? Ekatike is like very low on my predicted points model. Keller has worse than Rhea, and Bruno and Bowen I didn't even want this week. So
I think you've got to start your United and Liverpool asset over your Fulham and Brighton asset for sure.
United and Liverpool over Fulham
And Brighton.
So, okay.
Because
FIFA. I thought FIFA would be good, but actually there was a tweet that came out and said Sunderland don't give out any DEFCONs to right backs, and I was like, what have I done? I've made a mistake here. So he might actually just get a 2-pointer. Hopefully somehow he gets DEFCONs and an assist. But if it was me, I probably would have changed FIFA. I've made another mistake there.
On a normal FPL game week, that's your starting 11.
Well, I would have had Kroopy and I would have had Gooey on the bench for my 2 forwards, and Bruno. Okay,
no,
Bruno.
but I mean,
Vifa, yes.
surely you start Bruno over Vifa.
Yes. But I didn't want Bruno
personally.
this week. I didn't want Bruno. I wanted. I know. I'd start Szoboszlai over Vifa.
But as good as Wilson has been, I still think I would start Ekatike, Liverpool's main attack and outlet, against Spurs, as opposed to Wilson against Forest.
Maybe, but it makes no difference. So there we go.
It doesn't make it. But this is my accusation, right?
I had Semenyo on the bench as well. Is
your stat pattern your bench boost? Like so when your bench boost outscores your main 11, you can be like, look at my 50-point bench boost.
Listen, after the errors I've made this week,
you got to give it to yourself. Yeah, fair. Whatever makes you feel better.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, fair play.
I think they might blank though. Bowen could blank, Bruno could blank against an amazing Villa away, and Ekatike might not even start. So
why
I don't think it's too
Ekatike start?
I hope so.
Why wouldn't he though?
I don't know if Isak and Wirtz and Frimpong starts on the right. He's back now. But he should be fine, especially for this week. But we'll see.
Interesting.
Well, I've got 2 more transfers. Would you make any transfers? Who is a problem? Should I go back to Thiago? You can't really.
No, you've done it now.
Yeah. Vandenberg's birthday and Bowen's birthday as well.
How confident are you in Kelleher?
Well, I've got Kelleher and Vandenberg, so if you're gonna put someone on the bench for a clean sheet odds, you want it to be against Wolves, surely.
Do you not want to slice a Brentford attack at all?
What?
I was like, do you not want a slice of the Brentford attack at all? But,
yes. No, sorry.
That's what he did there after a few moments.
But yeah, they're going to score, aren't they? And Everton are going to score too. But what can you do?
Macarena.
What am I going to
Hey,
do next
there you
week?
go. Well, I'm pretty sure Marcello will perform the cheeky Macarenas with his own FPL team. And
Macarenas? Did you just say Macarenas?
yeah, Macarenas or Macarena. Yeah, whatever you'd like to call it. But my favorite part every weekend, anytime something good happens to Marcello, he just makes sure he does a selfie out of nowhere. He could be in the middle of a war, and if something good to him occurs, he will still find a way to take a selfie, even though he might be gunshot in a few moments. It's just that kind of guy.
Yeah, he always sends us a nice little selfie in the group chat whenever one of his players gets points, and so it's a lot of selfies. It's a lot of Marcelo, to be fair. But speaking of getting our FPL points, Chaza, are you thinking? Are you feeling like a little captain differential this week at all?
Mate, I'm just thinking about if it's time to make a live move, to be honest.
Oh. Okay.
And my question is, do we use all 5?
All 5 right now?
Oh my god.
In game week 17, not game week 18.
Nah, I probably shouldn't. No, that wouldn't be sensible. But I think...
But you do have a lot of flags, to be fair. Your team is pretty injured.
Did you know that Bowen's rising tonight?
And not
Wood? He's going to have to go for it, isn't he?
Who do you sell first, Waterworld or Thiago? Is Wissa back? Is Wissa gonna start? Is that worrying you?
Can I just see how it all goes this weekend? That's what I was thinking. Or
you're the one who's just said you're going to use 5 transfers, mate. Don't get our hopes up like that.
No idea, okay? It's like being at a picnic where you got loads of options.
What a tease! What a tease!
Oh no. No, but what are you saying? Should we go for Brighton defender for Burn? Well, actually, I don't know. I want to see what Thiago is come tomorrow. Like, he's just touch and go. But I just think I might need more info to try and use a lot of transfers to a bench boost. I think next week it would be better placed. But I've got to use a move.
Yeah, well, with Dubravka in goal, you probably want a bench boost next week, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because the XI fixtures this week look a lot better. But next week, the majority have away games, but the bench looks a lot better.
Well, that's what the bench boost is for at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You just need to focus on the worst 4.
I think I like Marcelo's bench boost idea this week, just because the closer it gets to Christmas, like the more rotations and stuff we're going to have. So, like, getting the bench boost out the way before it becomes a bit more unpredictable is actually a really good idea.
Yeah, but you've got Dubravka. Don't know. What would you do? Let's talk.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, prove it, Chaza. Go on. Like, what's your evidence?
Show us your bench boost this week, team.
Show us your working. Yeah.
Because you.
Or you know who I have liked recently,
Burnout. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Or close to Ekatiko, but not quite. Oh, yikes. Well, I really don't want to go Joe Bowen. I just don't.
I wouldn't know.
So who's good these days? What are you saying?
Well,
team.
Okay, first.
Well, yeah, we're about 0.6 short, aren't we?
Well,
I mean, I was always told to never interrupt my enemy whilst making a mistake, but Chaza.
No, we're all friends here.
Yeah, exactly. Chaza, were you there for the whole part of the podcast where I was ripping into Marcelo for selling Thiago right before Wolves? Were you physically or emotionally present?
Yeah, but this is if you bench boost. If you bench boost, you got to sell him, surely. Or not. But you don't need to bench boost this week. That's why I'd say keep Thiago and don't bench boost, and bench boost next week with Dubravka, and then you can sell him next week.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah. But what move do I go for to try and make sure it doesn't get burned this week? Rodon could go okay against Crystal Palace at home. Does Van Heck come in at home to Sunderland? But Sunderland have gone really well. Who's good for Dewsbury Hall. God.
Well, this week you've got Brentford. Do you fancy Dango? Not Dango, Sade?
Possibly, yeah.
Or another defender. You've got Man City v West Ham. You've tripled up. You've got Fulham against Forest, isn't the best. You've got Brighton v Sunderland. So, yeah, Van Heck is good. Do you like... Well, I don't think Welbeck's trained. No. I think Mente Matoma. Again, they haven't been in good form, though, so it's a bit risky. And Sunderland aren't really a team to aim for. And then you've got Bournemouth, so you just get in Tavernier, who's 6 million, right?
Yeah.
But then he's not good for your bench boost next week. Is Tavernier 6 million? Oh, yeah.
5, 6.
If you wanted something, I would 100% do that, to be honest. Or you could do Evan Nilsson for one of those two as well, or Groupie if you wanted to kind of have a dead spot long term, but you don't because of next week. But then, well, Bournemouth have Brentford away next week for your bench boost. Tavernier looks unreal against Man U. If it was me, Dewsbury Hall to that, but then do you have to do it? Let's just see your starting 11 again on the other page.
Yeah.
So who are you worried about not playing?
Well, I think XR looks really good, to be fair.
Just Thiago, and if Thiago doesn't play, you got Mukiele. What's wrong with that?
Well, I've still got 5. I've got to use the transfer somehow.
Yeah, then just bring in Tavernier. Or Burn to Van Heck, or both, yeah. Burn, I like Van Heck more, actually, because, you know, they've got... But the thing is, they've got Arsenal next week, which isn't good for your bench boost. So long-term, Van Heck is better because then you get West Ham and Burnley, but you have to play him in your bench boost against Arsenal. And then Tavernier, you've got Burnley this week, which he could really do amazing in.
Yeah.
And then who do you start him over? That's another problem.
That is. Yeah. There you go. If I'm being honest, Marta, I need to have a think of this in the morning.
Well, who's rising tonight? No one, so you're good. Wilson's rising. That's it. Wilson could take a Foden, Bowen, and Gvardiol.
Is Bowen rising?
Yeah, apparently. It's close. It's predicted to be quite close, which is quite surprising.
Bowen going up?
Watermark's dropping tonight, by the way.
Oof, that could hurt.
So consider... Oh, and Rodon's... You have Rodon?
Yeah.
He's dropping for some reason.
Oh, for goodness sake.
That's a lot of team. That's a lot of team value.
Barnes, João Pedro, Nalo, Elanga, Muniz, Rodon, Mayenda, Goodmanson, Irving, Sells.
We've got a bit to think about, don't we? All right. Well, another element to kind of think about that is for the last section of the evening. Thank you to those who've still decided to hang in there. Captain's Corner. Now, I usually wouldn't start with this, but it's just straight in my head. We've talked about Antoine Semenyo, who's already had 18 price changes. Started at 7, went up to 8-1, then down to 7-5, and now he rose back to 7-6 this morning. He's at home to Burnley, and he has scored in his last 2 league meetings against the Clarets, FYI. But talk about the big elephant in the room. Erling Haaland at home to West Ham. He has one of the best scoring records against 9 goals and 59 points in his 6 league outings against the Hammers, which is astonishing. And the Clarets, they're not the Clarets, the bloody Hammers, they've got the same colour half the time, to be fair. They don't have a clean sheet in their last 11 matches, 2 double-figure hauls in their last 3. Phil Foden, 55 points in his last 4 game weeks. Is it too late? Is it not? We've got all these such difficult questions. However, he has scored in his last 3 successive home league encounters against West Ham, dating all the way back to May 2023. And the final one, Hugo Ekitike Marcello. Note that down because Liverpool are away to Tottenham Hotspur. And I'll tell you what happened this time last year. Liverpool scored 6 past them, and considering Tottenham conceded 3 and they love conceding 5 and then 4 getting North London derby. It could well happen again. He's had back-to-back 13-point outings in the league and he's the most sought-after forward heading into tomorrow's 11 o'clock deadline. Don't miss it, especially if you're one that loves to sleep in until midday with 800,000 transfers in. But a little bit to think about. Some players are challenging fixtures, such as Bruno Fernandes away at Villa, and then Bukayo Saka goes away to Everton. But those are the kind of the main ones to think about. But one direction, and that's a Norwegian direction. Back to the studio, where this is where the real talk is.
Yeah, I've got my my triple captain active, so obviously it's got to be Erling Haaland. You know, the form that he's in this season, so hopefully he can reward me. But guys, I am cursed in FPL, by the way. Just for those of you who don't know, I am cursed. You know, I activated my bench boost for a total of 2 points this year.
Wait, I forgot about that. What did you do again? Did they not play?
Let me get the team up.
But yeah, it's got to be Haaland, right? Surely. So
yeah. Game week 9. Oh no, it was 4 points. 4 points total.
That's better.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh,
brutal game week.
Ouch.
And that's a perfectly good bench boost, by the way.
Definitely.
In game week 9, you know, Dubravka, you know, in the Wolves Burnley match, Stack, who didn't play for some reason, he played 90 minutes in every game, and then didn't play against West Ham. Reinders, who managed to get 75 minutes and a yellow card in a game where Man City lost. And then Tarkowski, where we got randomly battered by Spurs 3-0 in a game where they had 3 chances and scored 3 goals. So, yeah. Mad thing. Yeah.
Well, you've given me a low target to beat.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you get 4 points, you've already won that round. But hopefully, this week, that looks juicy. My triple captain versus West Ham. That looks very juicy. Man City at home. Let's go.
Do we still target West Ham for headers goals? Because Guardiola in the chat from Cole could be a shout for a captain. Would you do that over Haaland? Obviously not on a triple captain. Well, you could.
I mean, Haaland can also score headers, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm into it. I mean, you've got a triple captain Erling Haaland. You can't not.
Yeah.
Like even if someone does better than him this week, like, you know, who's like, I'm not a time traveler, you know. Unfortunately, so. But if you were going to put good money on it, you'd bet with the Norwegian meat shield, wouldn't you?
Yeah. One other option for you, Chaza. I don't know if you could afford it. What about Gravenberch for Liverpool?
Yeah, that could work.
Long term, gets the minutes, gets goals, gets DEFCON here and there, some assists, easy games.
Yeah.
Plays Tottenham, Wolves, Leeds, Fulham, Burnley next 6. Oh. I'll probably do that from Dewsbury Hall if you can afford it.
Yeah, no, I think I could. Yeah. Well,
and then you can bench him against Tottenham. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Marcello, I look forward to not just the deadline, but also your last-minute Twitter thoughts, because you love giving it to the crowd.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'm done now. I'm probably gonna log out of the app because if I make any more transfers, I'm not left for Gameweek today.
We better log out for this installment. To those who tuned in, thank you so much. And the limelight heavily carried by the great Rev Naissance and Marcella's coloured, calculated spreadsheets. To you both, Thank you for coming on.
Thank you and good luck.
Cheers, boss. Good luck all.
Bye-bye.
Looking forward to the selfies and eat chit chat.
Yes, that's what it is. Cheers.